If you are looking for a website course and looking to build your website, my course Website in a Weekend offers a 4-module course on helping you to take your idea of a website into fruition, giving you resources, tips, and tricks from starting with an idea all the way to getting your website off the ground. If you're interested, check out onlineteacherdude.com/website. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live this week. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to say hello to some folks that were waiting in the chat and hanging out beforehand. So thank you so much. This is an interactive live, so please do say hello if you're watching and you see the live on the right-hand side and the little chat box. Go and say hello and let me know where you are tuning in from. How was your teaching today? What companies are you teaching for? And anything else that you'd like to share. So please feel free to do that. And if you're watching the replay, I respond to all of the comments. So please leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, or anything else that's on your mind. So today we're going to be talking about the things that I see all teacherpreneurs doing in their businesses, those that are successful and those that are building and creating something greater than online teaching and launching into bigger and better things. So I wanted to share with you some of those strategies as well as, how I've kind of developed within those as well. So we'll get into that in just a minute. Hopefully everyone has their coffee or beverage of choice, whatever you are drinking. Hello, Maria. Good to have you. And Andrea was here as well before we started. Hello, Gary, teacher. Good to have you as well. And the bearded teacher is here. Awesome. Grooving out to the jams. Thank you. This music, actually, I always try to come up with a new song, but it is, I don't know. I think I'm running out of options because I know that I have played this one before, but there we go. Hey, Kelly, good to have you. Techie Teachopedia. Hey, everyone. I have my first Kid Pass class today. So excited. Wow. I would love to know what is going on at Kid Pass. So let us know how it goes. Yeah, so you're having your first one. So you can't give us any feedback yet, but if you have any feedback on the process or things that you've learned along the way, I'd love to hear them in the chat. I said hello to Kelly. Les Ryan is here. Lots of regulars teaching online with Kelsey. Love your photo and name there. Coming in from Louisville, Kentucky. Awesome. I'm a full-time OutSchool teacher and, of course, trying to be a teacherpreneur too. Awesome. Love that spirit. Gretchen is here all the way from Mexico. Hey, Gretchen. Kathy from Central New York. It is an international crowd. Awesome. Benjamin is here. Good job. Techie, Techopedia. Awesome. Okay, so if you're just joining, do say hello in the chat. We're going to jump into the show here. I like to keep it short and sweet to about a half an hour, so I've got lots of great things to cover. So let me just pull up my little thing over here, and then we will get started. You'd think I'd have these things organized, but that doesn't always happen. So, besides having something to sell or a business idea, I want to talk about the qualities that I see a lot of teacherpreneurs possessing and how this really can translate to any kind of entrepreneurship. I use the term teacherpreneur because a lot of you that are watching are teachers and maybe are reaching for other things and looking to build a business. So there are 5 things that I've been able to leverage and understand and grow in over the last few years. And when I look back over the last 4 years of working completely online, I realized that these things really stand out to me as what I've done to help achieve certain levels of success in different parts of my business. All right, so let's jump into the first one. Working towards a growth mindset. And I say work towards because I don't think that we've ever actually arrived at any sort of perfection with our mindset. And I think that, this is something that's always developing within us and something that we always have to kind of keep reminding ourselves about, because our mindset is so important if we're wanting to build a business, if we're wanting to do something bigger than maybe just teaching online with a company. It really does start with our mindset, and it starts with reframing some of those beliefs that we have about ourselves, or reframing some of those mindset blocks that just kind of come in based on past experiences or, letdowns that we've had or situations in the past that have caused our mind to kind of tell us, number one, that we're not capable. And number two, there's no point in trying. And so I think when I say, working towards, I think it's really important that we understand that it is a work in progress all the time. And even though I've done a lot of things to work on my mindset and to kind of help myself move past some of those limiting beliefs, it is a daily chore to continue to kind of work past those and to keep working towards what I want to achieve and to kind of keep achieving those goals that I have for myself. It's really difficult. And when you have limiting beliefs, which I certainly have a lot of, it can be, it's difficult sometimes to move past those. So how have I worked around this? I mean, I've surrounded myself with other entrepreneurs, which has been really helpful. I've joined communities that are going to help push me forward. I've listened to podcasts. I love podcasts, and I try to every day to listen to something that's inspirational, whether it's teaching me something about mindset or teaching me something about entrepreneurship or teaching me something about business or life in general. So I think that's really important. And using positive affirmations as well. So a quick little exercise, if you are up for it, you don't have to post anything in the chat, but you can kind of be thinking about this as I talk about it. You know, if depending on what your goals are, what I would really encourage you to do is think about how you can create affirmation statements around those goals, because it's very easy to say something like, you know, I want to hit 6 figures in my business this year, or I want to, you know, be able to coach 100 people in whatever niche you're in or whatever thing that you're wanting to do. And, you know, besides having those goals, it's so important to create affirmation statements around those things, to be able to tell yourself that you are capable of doing it and to actually start to visualize what that success looks like. So, you know, if you were wanting to hit 6 figures, let's say, in your business, you can create an affirmation statement around that to the you know, tune of something like, I am capable of hitting a certain amount of money in my business. I'm worth that amount of money and I'm able to achieve it. So creating the statements that affirm what you're capable of and to affirm what you visualize for yourself. So I think that's really important. I've done that with a few of the goals that I have, and I read them all the time. At first, I thought it was kind of corny. I'm not someone that does a lot of meditating or you know, reading different things like that, but I have found that really helpful. You know, if you wanted to, let's say you're an OutSchool teacher and you wanted to grow your OutSchool business, you could say something like, there are students waiting to take my classes on OutSchool. It doesn't matter that others are teaching the same topic because no one teaches it like me. And so statements like that really affirm what we're capable of. I think it's so helpful. So, you know, I would challenge you, if you're struggling with mindset, to really pinpoint 2 or 3 areas that you want to grow in and create some affirmation statements around those goals. I guarantee you, when we visualize those things and we actually, you know, repeat them out loud, it can be so helpful. Hello, Renee from South Korea. Hey, Dave. M is joining in from Texas. Carla from Birmingham. Awesome. Good to have everybody here. You guys are awesome. Let's jump into number 2. If you're just joining, we're talking about the 5 things that I've been able to leverage in my own business and what I see all teacherpreneurs who are successful doing. So number 2 is discovering your zone of genius. Now, a lot of people talk about finding your niche, which is so important, and understanding who you're serving and the audience that you're trying to target. But it's also really important to think about what is your zone of genius. There's a book called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And in this book, the author talks about the genius zone, and that there are actually 4 zones that he talks about in his book. I'm going to pop up this image, which I think is super helpful. In this book, he talks about the zone of competence. Well, let's start with the zone of incompetence. The zone of incompetence, the zone of competence, the zone of excellence, and the zone of genius. So you can kind of be reading those as I talk. The zone of incompetence is really that zone where you're engaging in something you're just not really that good at. You know, if you're trying to teach others something that you're really not good at, this is not the zone that you should be operating in. So he also talks about the zone of competence. This is a zone you probably know very well. It's the zone you can get the job done, but you're not that much better than the next person. You know, it's maybe things that you're average at. Maybe some people do them better than you. And a lot of the people just do them just as well. So this is our zone of competence. And these 2 areas are actually very easy for us to know when we're in. So I want to talk about the zone of excellence and the zone of genius. The zone of genius are those things that you're highly skilled at. And there aren't many people as good as you at them. Okay, so in this zone, you're doing something that you're very good at compared to most other people. And I think that a lot of us probably are able to identify this zone, right? Maybe we know what we're really good at, maybe something that we're even more than just competent at. But for some of us, it might be a struggle to kind of know even where this zone is. But what the author of the book, The Big Leap, Gay Hendricks, talks about is the zone of genius, and how this is where ideally we should be operating at in our business. And it's that thing that you do that's totally exceptional, and nobody can do this quite like you. So this is what the author calls a zone of genius. When you're in this genius zone, you're in what he calls the flow. You're taking advantage of your natural talents. You're doing what you earnestly enjoy, and you have what could almost be called an unfair advantage over your competition. So the struggle is to find that zone of genius, right? To find out what is that area that we are highly skilled at, that we're super competent at, and that we can really be better than most people and carve out that really unique perspective on teaching others about something. So if you are a teacherpreneur, you may have already found that zone of genius. And it's even more than the zone of excellence, that you're really, really good at something. It's actually beyond that. And if you haven't found that, I would challenge you to start thinking about it. I don't know if I've really found that zone of genius for myself. I've found definitely zones of excellence where I'm really good at things and I can really help others, move forward and progress in different areas. But the zone of genius is something that I'm always striving for and always trying to think, what is that? And it's not a large spectrum. It's a very small, narrow, specific thing. And so as teacherpreneurs, I think it's so important. And those that are very successful have been able to find that zone of genius because they do things better than most other people. And they're an authority in it. And they're able to really get results and help others to find the most success in whatever problem they're solving for themselves. As I said, most of us don't really struggle with the first two zones, but it's that zone of excellence and zone of genius that I wanted to talk a little bit about. So those are two things that I see, successful teacherpreneurs excelling at. Let me know. Does anyone know in the chat, what is your zone of excellence or your zone of genius? What are you really good at? What are you passionate about that you excel at, that you love helping others? If anyone would love to take a little risk there and put that in the chat, I would love to hear it. So yeah, Dave says, excellent, awesome. Mary Beth, hey, from Virginia. Cynthia's here from Virginia as well. Good couple people from Virginia. Olena, hello. Mother Goose Nest Education Center. Oh, cool. You have a business for sure. I'm looking for students in West Africa. How can I see them? We're not going to get into that right now, but maybe some of these tips that I'm going to be sharing about successful teacherpreneurs will help you to narrow in on that. Number 3 is investing in yourself. This is so important for anybody who's running a business, anybody who's wanting to reach higher and to achieve those dreams that you have for yourself, whatever they are. It is so important to invest in yourself. When I first started making YouTube videos and putting myself a little bit out there on social media, I really wanted to invest in a better camera, but I didn't really have the money for it. And so I had to wait a little while until I worked more online classes and I started to, put away a little bit of money to invest in some equipment, like this microphone here, my webcam, my camera that I film with. And it was really important for me to, if I was going to take this seriously, to invest in it. Now, it doesn't have to be investing in actual physical things. You can be investing in courses. You can be investing in coaching. You can be investing in anything that's going to help you get unstuck or learn something new or solve a real sticking point for you in what you're trying to do. We all have those as teacherpreneurs and people that are wanting to do bigger and better things. There's sometimes struggles where it's okay, I know that I need to get here. I can't really see that pathway. I can't figure it out. I try to go this way and then I'm going this way. And I just want to find out how to get to the end point and how to be successful. So invest in yourself. It's so important. I've bought courses in the past. 2 courses that I bought last year that were really helpful, helped me to build up my website by myself and then be able to teach others how to do the same thing. I invested in learning more about search engine optimization and being able to use my website and my business as a focal point, in addition to my YouTube channel. And I invested in a larger course by Amy Porterfield called the Digital Course Academy. This gave me a ton of business tips, as well as helping me to kind of really focus in on those zones of excellence and zones of genius of where I can help others. So, it's definitely worth it to put out some money to invest in your business, because if you can figure out how to get from A to B faster, then you can grow faster as well, and you can help others quicker. So, if that's what you're wanting to do, I definitely would encourage you to invest in yourself. Could be equipment. It could be a better camera if you're wanting to film. It could be, as I say, digital things online that are going to help you learn. And I'm reminded of, I don't know if it's a book or, I think it's called Everything is Figure Outable. You can learn just about anything online, right? We go to YouTube to search for tutorials for how to do things. But sometimes it's important to learn from somebody, or to actually invest in a program or a proven method so that we can expedite that a little bit. And, but as I say, everything is figure outable. And even if it's investing in, taking some training, some free training online, whatever it is, there's so much content out there to help you. There's really no reason for you to say, I'm not capable, I don't know how to do it, I'll never be able to get there. Okay. So I think, those that are successful take the time to invest in themselves. Teaching online with Kelsey says, I should also mention I'm trying to grow Montessori coaching too. Awesome. Yeah, great program. So you've already got a specific niche there, and maybe that is your zone of excellence as well. Sorry, I get your first comment here. I'm trying to grow a business where I can offer Montessori lessons in the comfort of other learners' homes and offer Montessori concepts in their homes too. Very, very cool. Writing. So there you go. That's your zone of genius. Awesome. Probably something that you're really passionate about doing as well. Hey, Heather, always good to have you. Heather is a rock star. She is helping me out in my coaching program right now with 7 awesome students who are working with me to grow their businesses. So it's called Launch, and we're just deep into that program. But Heather says, good morning. Happy to see some new mentions. Would love to learn about KidPass and also those interested in Montessori lessons. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Dave, sorry, I just want to scroll up here. Creativity and interpersonal skills are my zones. Awesome, Dave. Very, very cool. Kelly's from Virginia. Wow, lots of Virginia folks in here. Subsonic beatboxing tutorials. Hey, that's a pretty cool niche. Hi from England. Thank you for all your amazing tips. I appreciate it. I teach beatboxing online. Super fun. Tell us more about your business. That's very cool. Number 4 that I wanted to talk about is, this is so key. And this has been one of the most important things that I've grown in to grow my business. Take action on one idea at a time. When you are thinking about doing bigger and greater things and dreaming bigger for yourself, there is a tendency to have 1,000 ideas up here. We want to do this. We're good at this, so we can help people do this. We want to teach people about this. If you've seen my online teaching journey and my business journey, you've seen me offer a lot of different things. Those are all still things that I am passionate about and that I love teaching others in, and they're still available, for people to learn from and to learn with me in. I have a website course, I have a free course for online teaching, I have a coaching program, and I'm always dreaming. Squirrel brain. This sounds really cool. I'm going to go this way. But if you focus in on one idea at a time and do it really well, I promise you that this is what's going to help you grow. If you're trying to do too many things, you're not going to do any of them well. Even if that one thing doesn't become your business or what you are most successful at, what you spend the time investing into that one thing is going to teach you so much about yourself and your business, even if you don't make $1 from it. It's going to teach you what works and what doesn't work for you. It's going to teach you so much. And as you really, narrow in, this is what I teach in my coaching program. If you narrow in on that one thing and go all in with it, your path might go a different route, or you might find something else that's a shinier object. Stay the course. And those things will come to fruition as you focus in on that one thing, I promise you. So this is really, really key for me. It's been something that I've had to really learn how to do better. And I could go into a lot more detail about this, but I can't recommend, focusing in on one thing at at a time. The bearded teacher, how do you find out what you are good at? Yeah, so good question. When thinking about finding your niche, I teach brainstorm, what things you're passionate about and what you enjoy doing. There is a perfect alignment of those things with also the skills that you have. I'm pretty sure you probably know what skills you have, but you can also think about where have I gotten results for other people in? And sometimes if you're a teacher, maybe in a school, you were the go-to person for something specific. For me, I was the go-to person for tech stuff. I loved using tech in my lower elementary classrooms, and I was the go-to person for it. That's springboarded me into my last position at my school in Malaysia, which was the tech coordinator position. I was helping integrate technology into lower elementary classrooms. I don't really do that specifically now or teach about that specifically, but that's something that I know that I'm good at because people would ask me questions about it, and I was able to get results for people in that. And oftentimes it is, something that you really enjoy doing as well. I do 1 half-hour lessons, mostly teaching kids, and have also done Zoom workshops. One had 560 attendees. Awesome, for beatboxing. That is so cool. Richard, don't really know what's going on with you, buddy, but see you later. Have a good day. At the bearded teacher, Tim's launch class enabled me to do that. I was able to find my one idea to start because of his guidance. I've narrowed what I offer to whom his promises are good as gold. You're the best. So take action on one idea at a time. Let's jump into the 5th one. So the 5th, this is a lesson that I've learned, and I have to say that it might seem minor, but serving first and selling later is just so important. When I first started making videos, it really was about just carving out a niche. Initially, there were very few male teachers online, hardly any online teachers creating content. And so I saw that as an area that I could maybe, develop and be a male perspective on things. Things definitely changed a lot since I started making those videos in the beginning. But I really approach everything now with serving first and making sure that, value is the priority. And whatever I'm doing, before I'm trying to maybe offer something that someone could benefit from that costs money, I want to make sure that they know that I'm the real deal, showing up to add value, and that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you're supported, that you are learning, and that you are getting value from the content that I'm creating. So in any business, I think it's so important. I think those that fail often will see the dollar sign first and want to sell. They want the quick way to building a business, and there is no quick way to success. It takes time. And if you're serving first, providing value, and putting your potential customers, look, many people that follow me will never buy something from me, and that's okay. I show up to add value and to be helpful and to, add to this community that I love. But if there's people along the way that say, "Hey, Tim, I could really learn from you, and how to build a website," great. I've got something for you that I believe is going to help you, or whatever it is. So, serve first and sell later, I think is, I had 4 things, and I thought about this afterwards, that this is, something that I also see a lot of successful teacherpreneurs doing, is adding value and serving their audience first, and putting out lots of great content to be helpful and not so much to just sell. Whenever you're creating content, I forget the name of the rule, but the 80-20 rule comes to mind. I think it's 80-20, where 80% of what you do should be adding value and serving others, and 20%, as you start to build up your business, can be about promoting that. And not everyone's going to take you up on whatever you're offering as a teacherpreneur, even if it's classes on OutSchool, or let's go right back down to classes on an ESL Chinese company that you might work for, or maybe classes that you want to offer outside of platforms on your own. It starts with serving first and adding value. Take a little drink of water here. I had a coffee and I am parched. This coffee is like making my mouth dry. Jade says, are there many online math teachers making videos like Tim? I don't know. Haven't found any yet, but maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Yeah, I don't make I think you're talking about me. I don't make math videos, but math is not my thing. Math is my zone of incompetence, not my zone of competence, excellence, or genius for sure. I was a really good math student actually in high school. I had top grades in calculus. And then I went into university. I took, what was it? Algebra 1 or whatever, Cal 1 in university, and absolutely bombed. I think it was just the first year of university, pitfalls of just not being able to organize my life and do all the things that a, 18-year-old student needed to be able to do. And I just thought, no, math is not my thing. I was going to go into math and business, ended up going into sociology, psychology, and then education. So I don't know, but Google is your friend, and look that up on YouTube. Look, if you were someone looking for an online math teacher, what words would you put in to Google to find that? What words would you put into YouTube to search for that? That's your keyword. So put those in. Pretend that you are the person looking, and you'll find them. I promise. You'll find the Facebook groups, you'll find the blog posts, the websites, and the YouTube channels like that. And if there aren't any, that could be a niche as well. All right, so that is the 5 of them, and we're just nearing the end here. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just see if I talked to everyone that had asked, made a comment. Dave, take an excellent interest survey that really nails your strengths and weaknesses. Do you have a recommendation for one? Good stuff. Okay, I'm not going to scroll back all the way to the top, but I really do appreciate you being here. And I wanted to end this by sharing that I am doing some free consulting with anyone that is interested in using a platform called Groove, which is what I use 90% for everything in my business. Things are rolling out slowly. I've talked about Groove on other channels. And I've done some videos as well on Groove funnels for teachers. So if you're someone that has a website or wants to make a website, is interested in sales funnels or building your email list, doing webinars, creating email opt-ins, landing pages for your website, really anything that involves anything to do with business. Groove is free at the moment with a lifetime upgrade. And if you are interested in Groove and just want to kind of run through it with me, shoot me. I will actually get in touch with you if you sign up on onlineteacherdude.com/Groove. You can go there and just make a free account. I'll get notified, shoot you an email. And if you'd like to set up, a 20, 30-minute time with me to go over whether it's a good fit for you and kind of how you can use it, I would love to share that with you. It is amazing. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. Thanks for interacting in the chat, and hopefully this was valuable to you. If you are a budding teacherpreneur or one in process or already are one, I hope that these things were helpful. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week. Actually, next week is my birthday on the 21st, so I may not be doing the live on that day, but I might reschedule it for the next day or some other time that week. I've got a couple of great interviews coming up. So stick around, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thanks, everybody. That's the best way you can support this channel. If you come to my lives and love the content or enjoy being here and making new friends in the chat, I would love for you to just click all those little buttons down there and share with other online teachers. Until next time, have a great day. Happy Monday and happy teaching.